Imagine a young boy growing up in Hawaii, curious about money, life, and the world around him. He had two father figures. One was his biological father, highly educated with a stable job, a safe life. He believed in school, working hard, and climbing the corporate ladder. This was the poor dad. The other was the father of his best friend, the rich dad. He didn't have a fancy degree, but he was financially wise, understood money deeply, and built wealth through investments and business. Robert Kiyosaki, the author, grew up learning lessons from both, and he realized early on that how people think about money determines whether they get rich or struggle financially. Lesson 1. The rich don't work for money. Most people spend their lives working for money, getting a job, earning a paycheck, and hoping it's enough. This is the mindset of the poor dad. The rich dad, however, taught Robert that the secret is making money work for you. The difference is huge. Working for money puts you on a treadmill. You trade time for dollars, and no matter how much you earn, there's always a limit. But when money works for you, through investments, businesses, or assets, you create a system where your money grows even when you sleep. This is the foundation of financial freedom. Lesson 2. Understand assets and liabilities. This is one of the most famous lessons in the book. Kiyosaki explains, rich people buy assets. Poor people buy liabilities thinking they are assets. An asset puts money in your pocket. A liability takes money out. A house can be a liability if it drains your cash through mortgage, taxes, and maintenance. But stocks, rental properties, or a business that earns passive income, those are assets. Most people confuse liabilities for assets. They buy things that look rich, like cars, fancy gadgets, or designer clothes, but all these things take money away instead of putting it in your pocket. The key is to focus on building and acquiring assets first, then using those to fund your lifestyle. Lesson 3. Mind your own business. Kiyosaki emphasizes, don't just work for a paycheck. Build your financial education and your own income streams. This doesn't necessarily mean quitting your job immediately. It means developing skills, investments, or businesses outside of your main income. Even small steps matter. Start a side hustle, learn about investing, or study real estate. The idea is to own systems that generate money independently of your 9 to 5. The sooner you start, the more time your assets have to grow. Lesson 4. The importance of financial education. One of the biggest differences between the rich dad and poor dad was financial literacy. The poor dad believed in formal education. Go to school, get good grades, get a secure job. The rich dad believed in learning how money works, how to invest, how taxes work, and how to spot opportunities. Financial education is the real superpower in wealth building. Understanding money allows you to make decisions that multiply your income, protect your wealth, and create opportunities that others can't even see. Lesson 5. Overcome fear and take risks. Fear is the biggest obstacle to wealth. The poor dad taught caution. Play it safe, avoid risk. But the rich dad taught that calculated risks are necessary. You have to be willing to fail, learn, and try again. Every wealthy person has experienced mistakes, setbacks, and failures. They just didn't let fear control them. Think about investing in real estate, starting a business, or buying stocks. If you let fear stop you, you'll never move forward. But by learning, preparing, and acting, you turn fear into a tool instead of a trap. Lesson 6. Work to learn, not to earn. Kiyosaki shares another surprising idea. Sometimes, the best reason to take a job isn't the paycheck. It's the skills you learn. Work in sales, marketing, investing, or management, not for money alone, but to develop abilities that will make you financially independent later. The rich dad encouraged working in jobs or projects that stretch your knowledge, challenge your thinking, and teach you skills you can use to grow assets and create wealth. Lesson 7. The power of mindset. At its core, Rich Dad Poor Dad is about mindset. The poor dad mindset says, I can't afford that. I need security. I need a paycheck. The rich dad mindset says, how can I make this work? How can I create an opportunity? What assets can I buy to grow my wealth? Wealth isn't just money, it's a way of thinking. It's the way you approach opportunities, setbacks, and decisions. You need to think like an investor, an entrepreneur, and a lifelong learner. Lesson 8. Teach and share financial knowledge. Finally, Kiyosaki stresses that knowledge is useless if you don't use it and share it. Teach your children, friends, and family about money. Break the cycle of financial struggle by passing on lessons you learn. Wealth is not just about money, it's about empowering yourself and others with the understanding of how money really works. Wrapping it up. So, what are the big takeaways from Rich Dad Poor Dad? 1. Make money work for you. Don't work for money. 2. Focus on acquiring assets, not liabilities. 3. Build your own business, side income, or investments. 4. Invest in financial education. It pays bigger returns than a job ever will. 5. Overcome fear, take calculated risks, and embrace failures as lessons. 6. Work to learn, not just to earn. 7. Adopt a mindset of wealth, not just money. 8. Share financial knowledge and empower others. At the end of the day, wealth isn't about fancy cars, big houses, or titles. Wealth is freedom, the freedom to make choices, to follow your passions, and to live life on your own terms. It's about having the mindset and skills to see opportunities, take action, and build something that lasts. If you take just one lesson from Rich Dad Poor Dad, let it be this: financial freedom is a journey of learning, mindset, and action, not just money in the bank. Start today, invest in yourself, and let your money start working for you.